Hello friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady. I hope you've already subscribed so you don't miss any new videos. And today we've got 3 great stories, and the first of them. Never snap your fingers at someone to get their attention. I consider myself a patient and cool-headed guy, not easily angered or mad even in tense situations. However, I do have one trigger from my childhood that gets me instantly enraged. Living with my abusive aunt, she snapped her fingers every time she wanted you to do something. So if anyone snaps their fingers to get my or anyone else's attention, I go from level 1 to level 10 in seconds. It's something I'm fully aware of, and my friends always joke with me about it. Addams Family theme song is my ringtone for when they call. But a few weeks back, I'm at a Buy n Large. It's not my usual store to go to. I'm wearing a business button-up long-sleeve shirt and black slacks. I'm also in sneakers and no tie, just casual nice. I'm passing through the clothing tables in the middle to see if they have anything I like. I first hear the snapping fingers like it's a gunshot. I instantly look over, and this large woman is facing away and trying to get the attention of an employee. My rage at hearing the snapping is at an 8, and my eyes are staring daggers at this B-word, but she's unaware of my presence. I'm just far enough away that I don't hear their conversation, just bits and pieces that she's trying to find an outfit in her size. It's not likely given her ample size. The female employee with the headset is politely helping her look through the stacks of clothes, and that's all the interaction I see take place. I calm down enough and go about my business. I know what I want there, and it's only to pick up a few select items in the back and in the freezer section. Roughly 10 to 20 minutes later, I'm trying to find where a particular item is, as it's always been down the same aisle in every store. I look around for an employee and find the same female with the headset walking toward the employee section in the back. I politely ask her where said item is, or is it not sold at this store. She's as perplexed as I am, as it's not her area. She radios into her headset, and someone in the back goes to check on a computer. While we're waiting, I inquire about the lady who snapped her fingers at her. The female employee is cool about it and shrugs it off like it's all part of the job, smiling, even saying that's a fairly common occurrence. WTF? The person on the radio informs us that said item is on a different aisle up front, so the two of us walk there. I leave my cart off to the side of a new aisle out of the way of traffic, and we chit-chat about the item and why it's so good, maybe for 10 or 15 seconds of dialogue, when I hear a female voice loudly shout, "There you are, I still need your help, and you go walk off." Then she snaps her fingers and points down as if she's to heel by her side. I'm instantly enraged to a 10. She wasn't even talking to me, but that didn't matter. I lock eyes onto hers and make a beeline over to where she stood. "Don't do this." Snapping my fingers just inches from her face. Each time she winces back with bug eyes and an open mouth gape. The female employee was quick on the take and intervened before I could go off on an epic rant I had rolling around in my head since I first saw her do that. The woman could only sputter nonsense like I'd slapped her, never taking her eyes from mine for fear I would attack her something. There were quite a few people gawking at the spectacle, and several more employees intervened when the GM came. The fat B-word instantly put on the waterworks and started hysterically recalling what happened. I was PO'd, but in full control of myself and thinking clearly. I was far enough away, standing still, breathing slowly while she was freaking out at the gall that someone would attack her like that. Her mistake was when she said through blubbering lips, "I want that man fired. He attacked me. Everyone saw it." The puzzled look on everyone's face was evident. The GM, the female employee, the others who came in later. "Ma'am, what are you talking about?" I chimed in with a cool and calm voice. "The rude one here believes I work here. So instead of firing me, I quit, boss." Didn't get the laugh I was intending, but it did defuse the tension like a charm. The woman yelled back, "You do too work here. I saw you talking with her," pointing at the female employee next to me. The GM looked at me. I looked back and calmly said, "Yes, as a customer, I asked your wonderful employee here where the," pointing to the item that moments ago was requested over the headset, "item was, and here it is." The woman goes into another hysterical fit, garbled, frustrated noises, none of which are even English. The GM pulls her aside to calm her down, and I go back to my cart with an employee escort. I purchase my items, stand in the receipt checking line. I look around to see the B-word walking with the GM towards the manager's office. I snap my fingers to get her attention, but only the GM looks over with a bit of a scowl. I head out of the store intending never to come back. Not that exciting of an ending, but I did ruin her day, and that's plenty of satisfaction for me. I called the store later that evening to get any additional information and to apologize for my part in the fiasco. The new manager on duty was made aware of the situation but didn't know many details. He thanked me for my apology and said he would relay to the GM when they talked next. I asked if she ever received compensation for her troubles. He assured me she didn't. I don't regret what I did, nor will I apologize to her for it. If she doesn't know that snapping your fingers to get someone's attention is rude and degrading, she deserved the aftermath of someone doing it to her in return. And now our second story of the day. But officer, a brief backstory. I graduated high school back in 1995. Yes, I'm old. I was heavily into the drama program at my school. I was the lighting and sound tech during my years in the program. I did all the miscellaneous things around the set and was pretty good at my job. I was reputed to be able to fix anything, even though I only really fixed one thing, just a loose screw on a strobe lamp. A few years later, my former teacher called me and asked if I could come and help out with a new production, and that's where the story begins. So the year is 1999, and I'm 4 years out of high school and going back as a volunteer. I only had a part-time job at the time, so I had lots of time to help out. This day found me at the school helping to repair and set up the lighting trees, lights, and the sound system. It was coming up on lunchtime and I needed to vacate the cafeteria while the students descended for the feeding frenzy. I decided to walk down to Mickey D's, about a half mile from the school. I left campus by the back gate and proceeded to walk to the Golden Arches. I lit up a cigarette and went on my merry way. There was a chirp of a police siren behind me when I was about halfway there. And this is where it all begins. The cast is O, police officer, OL is office lady, and me, dum-dum. O, getting out of his car. Do you know the legal smoking age is 18? Me. Yeah, I do. So what? O, where are you going? Me. To get lunch, then head back. Do you need something? O, yeah, I need you to get in the car and come back with me. Me. Why? Oh, I caught you smoking and off campus. Can't have you cutting classes. Me. Oh, I graduated 4 years ago. I'm just volunteering at the school. Oh, I heard it all before. You can either get in the car and take your punishment like a man, or I can cuff you and take you back in cuffs. Me. Are you serious? I told you I graduated already. I'm 20. I have ID. Oh, yeah. Told you. Your choice. As he reached for his cuffs. Me. Okay, fine. So I get into the back of the police car and he takes me back to the school, straight to the front of the school, in front of all the students who are still on lunch period. I'm shaking my head the entire time I'm walking to the office. Oh, I caught this student smoking and cutting class down the road. Office lady, to me. Hi, dum-dum. Looks at the officer. Officer, he graduated 4 years ago. He's a volunteer for the school's drama department. He can leave anytime he wants. Oh, are you sure? At this point, I pull out my driver's license and put it on the counter in front of him. Me. Yup, and the state of Hawaii agrees with me about my age. Oh well, I'm going to be late coming back from lunch. Can you let the teacher know that I was brought back for truancy? The officer's red in the face now and says I can't smoke within 500 feet of a school and he'll be giving me a ticket for that. Me. But I was a quarter mile away when you caught me smoking. Unless I'm mistaken, that exceeds 500 feet by quite a bit. Turned and walked out of the office, made my way back to the Golden Arches, and saw the cop following me back. I waved at him and kept smiling. I'm working, but I don't work here. So I work for a food delivery service where people place orders on an app and I accept the order, pick up the food from the restaurant, and deliver it to the customer. This job doesn't have a uniform, so I was just wearing a hoodie, a World of Warcraft hoodie to be specific, and jeans. I go into a sit-down restaurant to pick up an order. I don't remember what the uniform for the restaurant is. I walk up to the podium where the host stands to seat customers. I tell them who I am and the name the order is under, and they walk back to the kitchen to check on the status of the order. I'm waiting at the podium, looking at the details of the order on my phone, and holding a bag in my hand that keeps the food warm until it's delivered. A family gets up from their table and starts walking towards the door when the mom comes over to me and says, "Excuse me," and I turned around. Lady, I just wanted to let you know that someone really needs to go check the bathrooms. My first thought is, why is she telling me this? Is she warning me against using the restroom? Then it occurred to me she thought I worked there. I've read this sub before and I thought, wow, it's finally happened to me. I mean, technically I am working, but I don't work here. And I don't look like I do at all. I'm just waiting at the podium like every other customer who comes into the restaurant. My second thought is, please don't be a Karen. Since I'm technically working, I could get in trouble if I end up having to tell off a Karen. Though it wouldn't really upset me that much to lose this job since it isn't my only job and doesn't really bring in much money. If I had to lose it to tell off a Karen, it'd be worth it. But I wouldn't want to give a Karen the satisfaction of knowing she got me fired, even if it was from a crappy side job. The woman rambled on and on about how the bathroom was filthy, a toilet was clogged and overflowing, it was disgusting, etc. Suddenly, after almost a full minute of rambling, she took a good look at me, up and down, and stopped talking. Lady, you don't work here, do you? I just kind of awkwardly smile and repeat back, I don't work here. I probably should have interrupted her to tell her sooner. Lady, oh, I just assumed because you were standing at the podium, I didn't even look at your clothes. I'm sorry, I'll find someone who works here and let them know. Me. It's okay. Yeah, someone definitely needs to address that. So she walked away, and about a minute later, the host comes back with my order, and I take off. The lady was nice even when she did think that I worked there, so thankfully not a Karen, but it finally happened to me, uneventful as it was, so I wanted to share the story. Hey guys, want to thank you for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you soon.